Hey everybody, Dogbear here, bringing you once again the Real MSF Blog, the blog that is unedited before they post it onto the public to make it look nice. As you can see, it is the preview of the Age of Apocalypse, which that's kind of a weird ask for Apocalypse, but whatever. So here we go. Welcome to 2022 at the end of February. The Marvel Strike Force development team has decided to share a number of announcements about upcoming content and features scheduled for this year to hopefully shut you all up about our new event strategy, Biggest Wallet Wins. The dev team is focused on creating new cash grabs that will empty addicted players' wallets like never before. Please note that many of the details shared below are subject to change as pivots are necessary during the development process since we need many naps during the day. Let's dive in and explore why 2022 is shaping up to be the best year ever for the profits of Marvel Strike Force. There's that weird S again in the Age of Apocalypse. Ensabad Noror is known by many names, but you get to know him as the unobtainable to everyone except Mega Kraken's infamous supervillain Apocalypse. Again with that weird S. Players will embark on an epic journey to whip out their credit card, and eventually unlock Apocalypse. But of course, to even have hope of finding Apocalypse, you must spend lots of money and renounce your family to unlock and recruit the legendary Four Horsemen. Again with that weird S. I don't know. Am I supposed to pronounce that different? I don't know. For such an epic crash grab, the dev team has reimagined how these legendary characters will be unlocked with a fresh new experience benefiting our bottom line. A new event mode. In order to unlock these legendary horsemen, players will get to engage in an all-new game mode, Scourge of your bank account. Players will embark on a challenge to clear 10 sequential connected nodes called a run, similar to Dark Dimension. It's totally not Dark Dimension copy and pasted, but with some unique twists. Please note that the details in the images are final and are not subject to change. As you can see, they are being very reasonable here, with obviously Gear 17 on these characters, at realistic numbers too, that we'll need to go through. And everybody's ranking a Yo-Yo to 7 stars. Players can feel like they are customizing their challenges by selecting a level of difficulty from 1 to 10. The lower difficulty allows players to use a broader range of characters and feel like they might actually accomplish something, while higher difficulties will narrow the character traits that can be used, forcing you to break out that credit card. For the first Scourge event, players engaging in the highest difficulties will need Web Warriors and/or Dark Hunters to battle in certain nodes of those higher levels. As you can see, no longer can you just get 5 characters and get a legendary. No, no, no. Now we are up to 9 characters, and we aren't putting in gear requirements, just difficulties that make you have to fully max them out to even have a chance of being one of the lucky few who unlock one of the legendary horsemen. We will announce the full details of all 10 node requirements, including the name and kit of the first horseman after the event starts. The twist is that players can also activate a variety of effects called Scourges that will fuck themselves over, either bolster enemy teams or cause general mental effects to your teams. Players can toggle on any number of Scourges, mix and match, to activate for a run. Hey, you all wanted more choice. The more difficult the Scourge is completed, the more points that will be earned. And as you can see here, you can see how you can fuck yourself over by giving enemies 10% health, giving them 20% health. When your character gets taunt, when they're in stealth. Isn't that great? Scourge events will be active for 10 days on their initial introduction, then 5 days for each subsequent time it repeats in 6 months. In the time the Scourge events are active, players can make unlimited attempts to try to achieve their best single run with the highest difficulty level and greatest point value Scourges active, thus earning more points. Those points will unlock milestone rewards and be tied to leaderboard rewards, both of which will grant character shards for the new legendary horsemen, allowing only those who spend the most to actually unlock them, keeping those dirty free-to-play from ever getting them. And as you can see, we have a leaderboard now to get a legendary. Isn't this great? At any point in your run, you have the option of starting over. Resetting the run will clear the progress made on nodes and set your characters to full health. The player's teams will heal after completing or resetting a run, so you don't need to wait 24 hours like Dark Dimension. Why can't they put that in for Dark Dimension? The Scourge events for each of the legendary Four Horsemen will be released individually and gradually over the course of 2022. Those 4 events will lead up to a series of challenges different than the Scourge events featuring Apocalypse, which will require that you unlock all of the Four Horsemen and some additional requirements. It looks like they want more money to add them to your roster. A new story. Think you figured out who all the four horsemen are? Think again. After hitting the Weed Lounge, we've written and developed a new take on the story of Apocalypse and the identity of the Four Horsemen, specifically for Marvel's Strike Force. It could be anyone that we make up, even Kestrel. You can keep up to date on a new webpage that they have made surrounding this. Marvel Strike Force and ms.gg. Speaking of websites, there are some big updates currently in the works for MarvelStrikeForce.com. In the coming weeks, likely next week, you'll start to see additional features that including the ability to create basic player accounts, view milestone progress, event calendars, and most importantly, the option to purchase special offers. There are even more offers being planned for later in the year. We'll keep you posted on them. And yes, we will say we still have the intention to follow through with the development of the API to eventually allow importing of player profiles to MarvelStrikeForce.com and MSGG. This is just to shut up the players about this. Remember to remove this part before the blog goes live. Much of the preliminary work has been completed, and we're moving on to the next stage of development. We also recently made an announcement that the community-created website of ms.gg, along with its creators, are now officially part of Scruply and Boundless Bugs Entertainment. The admins are currently working on some improvements to the website, including new categories on the meta page for topics like most common bought offers for war defensive teams and character shard offers you should buy for war defense. New PvP mode. Okay. In the second 21-21 preview, we announced that production had begun on a brand new tournament-style game mode. We're happy to announce the official name of that feature, Cosmic Crucible, not Grand Arena. Development of this feature is obviously way off track, as we should have never had a patch 5.10, and we're looking at setting up a playtest within the next couple of weeks where over 100 players will get to sim fights with a click of a button to provide feedback without actually playing the game, just like how we test everything else. As you can see, for some reason we have somebody looking down on us as we fight. In the meantime, we do have some additional details that we can share with you, but please keep in mind that these are subject to change prior to release. Players are grouped into 8-person brackets based on how much they have spent. During the Swiss-style tournament, players are matched against another player every round, a trial. Players have 6 defense teams and attack the defenses of their opponents during the time window. Tournaments will be grouped into seasons, of which is expected to have its own set of rewards and changes to the rule set. Matchmaking will be based on a money spent system, and players will be separated into divisions based on how much they spent. There will be a maximum of 2 spenders per bracket, i.e., those who should get first and second place. Players win rounds by defeating more rooms than their opponent. Players earn victory points by defeating enemy teams, which are used to determine the winner in the case of a tie. If a tie in victory points, the player that bought the most offers wins. If a tie in the number of offers bought, a special offer starting at $100 called I Win will appear. The first player to buy it will trigger a 10-minute clock, in which the other player can then buy the same offer for $101. This will keep incrementing by $1 per offer until someone stops giving us money and the one who last bought the offer wins. Isn't that great? Seasons will have global rules that grant certain bonuses to all rooms. There will also be room rules that grant specific bonuses or apply restrictions to combat in a certain room. There will be a limited number of times a player can attack one room. There will not be unlimited attempts, but we will have offers to buy more attempts, capped at $9,999. Rewards will be granted based on your division. The higher division place, the better rewards you will earn. Most details regarding the contents of the rewards have not been established, but we do intend for them to include green gear and blue gear. The team is barely working to get this brand new mode into the players' hands as soon as possible. After the mode goes live, we plan on making further improvements to frustrate and make you spend money, and look forward to hearing player feedback to influence those addition changes offers. Please keep in mind that this info is subject to change prior to release. We'll keep you updated as the development progresses and the launch date approaches. Costumes. Not much to hear. The art team is firing on all cylinders to bring new costumes for your favorite characters in each major game version. We have a list of your requests a mile long, and are delighted to share some of the designs soon. Mr. Knight, Moon Knight, Storm, Classic, and Black Bolt, a costume we just made up. Doesn't look like Classic Storm. I picture Classic Storm as being like the white suit, but whatever. Avenger Tower improvements. Further improvements to Avengers Towers that will arrive over the coming months include the ability to filter out characters that you've already used from being shown on the Select Squad, a dedicated Save Squads tab, the ability to reuse your characters in the 24-hour period by paying us $10 per character, surfacing the cooldown timer next to the on cooldown on the disabled battle button. We will continue to look to exploit the addicts who spend money on this game to improve the profits we make from the Avengers Tower experience. Economy improvements. One of the biggest pieces of feedback from players in 21 surrounded the Red Star system and the minion characters in the 6 Red Star and 7 Red Star orbs. As those orbs are highly valuable, the feedback from most players that they would prefer not to have minions drop there. In the near future, we'll be removing all minions from the Elite and 6 and 7 Star. This will hopefully make you forget how bad the Red Star system is, since we have no plans on changing it since it makes us too much money. Additional slots will be added to the Elite supplies as well, so if you're looking to buy a Red Star promotion for a specific character, it will be more likely to appear. With the conquest of Dark Dimension 5, we want more players to be able to make it through orange gear tiers into teal gear. Over the next few major version releases, you'll start to see the following changes. Finder offers for superior unique priced and power cores. Now you can spend money on the cores first, then buy the gear. Adjustments to the Doom campaign so every superior mini unique can be found on no campaign nodes, and so mini, which you need 15 or 18 copies of, are only wallet farmable. Additional gear pieces, teal, orange, and purple, are going to be in the RTA Battle Pass, since no one is buying this shit pass. Additional ways to earn teal gear through new and existing in-game offers. Quality of life improvements. In addition to new content and features, we will have a number of improvements planned that will fuck over the players, but we are calling improvements. Event campaigns are having their difficulty reworked. As a large number of commanders have grown stronger over the years, the hard difficulty of our event campaigns has become a bit trivial for them. We want to ensure that all events continue to be fun and engaging experience for all players. To do that, we're condensing the current medium and easy into one new easy difficulty and moving the current hard missions down to medium place. A new, more challenging difficulty curve with new rewards will now be at the top above the current hard. If your team isn't quite ready to tackle this new challenge, there's no worry, as the rewards for hard aren't changing as part of this rework. If you complete these new missions, you'll still earn the first-time rewards for the hard mission, so there's no need to play both. We'll have more details on this new top-end difficulty in the Reddit rewards soon. Quick Alliance option. Option active at level 50 to allow you to reach the Alliance Management and Alliance Donation screens without having to load the Hell Carrier scene first. Advanced option, a $5 offer, to hide save squads that do not contain characters that can be used in the event or mission you're selecting a squad for. Auto Battle will toggle on if raid battles are left idle for a significant fraction of a minute and you have purchased the new Raid Plus add-on, only $9.99 a month. Updated the rewards for achievements linked to login X days and extended these improved login achievements into the future. More Shulk shards for everyone! For $1, lower level players can be granted the ability to equip all gear and filter the roster by non-minions. In summary, there are even more exciting offers and battle passes coming in 2022, especially around the 4-year anniversary of Marvel Bug Force in March and April. We'll continue to give updates in the weekly Friday blog posts as the release dates for the new content and features draws near. On behalf of the entire Boundless Bugs studio, thank you for giving us your money, and we look forward to taking even more of it in the year to come. Weekly events. Now that you know what's included in the roadmap for 2022, don't miss our upcoming events and prepare your watchers for the fight ahead. For all bonus events, filter your roster using the featured trait to find all eligible characters and their corresponding nodes. So we have dual threats coming back for Winter Soldier and Captain Sam. The Red Death Mythic Legendary event. We brought back Mega Red, now stop whining about him. So you can see the requirements are 2 trash characters and 3 secret Avengers. Dark Dimension 5, Wakanda's back again, self-declared Blitz for Kate Bishop. Chaos Theory, and as always, get fucked, Commanders.